Today is March 23rd, 2023, and I am in Arizona, and I have not documented my Cloud Dancer quest for about 2 years. This is Cloud Dancer here. As you may remember, over 2 years ago, I had the van towed to Arizona, and it's been sitting here on my sister's driveway for over 2 years rotting away. My sister does have a beautiful house. It's a 3-car garage, but she's got so much crap, there was no room for the van, and I'm too frugal to pay for storage. So here it sat rotting away. So long story short, I finally just today have gotten the van registered. It's been insured, but what happened was the last time when I first got to Arizona and I tried to register the van, they said everything's wrong. The VIN number's wrong, and they said it was a white Volvo. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure it's a 1974 Ford van. They go, no, you have to register. You have the VIN number wrong. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I got the VIN number right because I bought the van in high school, tracked it down a second time, and that's how I tracked it down using the VIN number. So I think you, Arizona, are a little bonkers. So anyway, I waited 2 years, and I relocated to Coolidge, Arizona. And I walked into Coolidge, Arizona. I said, I got to get my van on the road. They're like, no problem. 5 minutes later, here we are. So this is Cloud Dancer, and I'm going to do the great reveal in a few minutes. I have to charge the battery. The gas is over 2 years old. I'd preferred it to drain the tank and stuff, but the HOA would kill me to start messing around with it, and chances are I'm just going to end up breaking and doing more harm than good. So my idea is I'm just going to try and jump start it, charge up the battery, check the fluids, and just run it with 2-year-old gas. Probably not the smartest thing, but let's see what happens. This should not go well. All right, so I connected the extension cord. I bought my $20 charger off of eBay. I don't know if you can see my great charger. And I lifted up the thing. Looks like it boiled a little bit. I don't know if you could see the van, but it looks like it's held up so far so good. I wasn't sure what I was going to see from the Arizona heat. I still got my rhinestones and stuff. Obviously need some touch-ups. But I'm going to try and charge it up and see what it goes. Okay, so I just hooked up the charger to the battery. I haven't plugged it in yet. I don't know if you could see that. It says that it has 11.8 volts. I don't know if you could see that. I don't know how the battery could still have any charge. It's literally sat here for 2 years on the driveway rotting. So I don't know. I'm going to plug it in. We're going to see what happens. In case anybody forgot, this is the custom hood I made years ago. The other one blew off at around 50 or 60 miles an hour, and I'm too frugal to spend money on a new hood. So I made this. I went to Home Depot, spent about $20 on aluminum. I think this was supposed to be for a furnace. So anyway, let's try and charge up the van. I'm shocked that the thing has any juice at all. So there's also another battery in the back, but there's no way that 2 batteries can last for 2 years. Anyway, the Cloud Dancer quest continues. Oh, by the way, when I started this with the van, I had a full head of hair. Now look at this ridiculousness. Anyway, hopefully the van is aging better than me. All right, this is probably the world's most boring video, but oh well, I'm the only one watching it anyway. So I plugged in the charger, and it's charging away. Obviously, it says the battery's low, but it is charging. And I just checked the, I got to hold this up with my fat giant head. I just checked the fluids, and the radiator fluid is totally full. I know I'm supposed to drain it and clean it, but again, I can't do that. It's on my sister's driveway. So I kind of expected everything to be bone dry. So next I'm going to check the oil as this thing's charging up. And I don't know. Let's see what happens. All right, nothing terribly exciting, but I don't know if you could see that. Can you see that? Check the oil. It's a huge dipstick. It takes after its owner. What can I tell you? Look at that. Look at the size of that baby, huh? Size does matter. Anyway, I checked the oil, and shockingly, it seems. I mean, I know I'm supposed to run it to check the oil, but the oil is not empty, which I expected it to be pretty much just draining everywhere, and it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look gunky. I mean, I know I'm supposed to do an oil change, but so far so good. So far the only casualty is, excuse me, the windshield wiper busted, and over here when it was on the tow truck, apparently it couldn't take some of my body work, so it got beat up a bit from the wind. But I kind of expected the whole van to have melted in the sun, and the rhinestones, I don't know if you could see. So far, I haven't seen the rest of the van, but all these rhinestones and stuff, I really wasn't sure if the Arizona heat was going to melt them. There's a bunch of rhinestones and stuff on the roof and stuff. I haven't seen it, but so far it's going better than I expected. Of course, it hasn't moved an inch, so who knows. Okay, so I I took off the van cover, well, a little bit, and I took off the engine cover. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the air cleaner, add a little bit of fuel. I tried to put fuel in the gas tank. I couldn't get any fuel in the gas tank, so I'm just going to put a little bit of fuel in the carburetor here and step back, see what happens. This is not going to go well. Okay, it ain't pretty, but I got it running. I got the cover off. To be continued. All right, I'm filling up the tire. I bought that tire inflator for $5 at a garage sale. You know what's amazing? I bought a battery charger for $20 on eBay. It only charged the battery for maybe 3 or 4 hours. It wasn't even at, I think it was about 50 or 60%. So it started up without even needing a jump. So I don't know what's going on. I think this thing is possessed. It's running rough, but for 2-year-old gas, I'm shocked. So let's see what happens. The only thing is my clip for the gas pedal broke off. I held it on with shoelaces, no joke. It's been doing that for years. So a neighbor across the street saw me, and he says he's going to try and fix that gas pedal thing, which I've been screwed around with for years. So to be continued. Okay, so long story short, it is obviously it's dark out, so I have my flashlight, and it's going to be continued. I'm not attempting to drive this thing 60 miles through the middle of nowhere in a desert, but it is running. Roughly, it is running. And I got the gas pedal kind of on, and it's a fiasco. The van took a beating, but I don't know if you could see a lot of it. Can you see any of it? Here, let me try this. Can you see? So I'm going to clean up, the stained glass and stuff. Everything, a lot of it lived. I'm going to have to restore it. That's all white padding. That's going to be for the floor. The ceiling is good. So yeah, it's coming along. So I'm going to attempt to drive this home tomorrow. I didn't want to do it tonight. The tires are low. Also, the fuel, just to document anything, the fuel indicator says it's low. So I went back to the gas station to put more gas in it. Wow, look at my glasses are all crooked. And what happened was, you don't want a Jersey guy to pump gas in a little plastic container. I ended up spilling gas all over the place at the gas station. So if you go to a Tucson gas station and you see it covered with kitty litter, that's because they spilled gasoline all over the freaking place. So anyway, to be continued tomorrow. I'm going to head back now. I'm just going to leave the van here. I'm actually going to finish charging the battery, even though I don't understand. Wow, my glasses are all screwed up. But to be continued. The van's charging. I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully it's going to drive, and hopefully the gas pedal thing doesn't fall off, and to be continued. Goodbye. Oh, actually, you know what? Here, you know what? Let's do this. Let me show you. Here. The van took a beating, but here. The neighbor across the street, full. So over here, he didn't like my shoelace idea, so he did this. I still cannot find that. See this clip? See that clip there? I need a clip to fasten this on there, because otherwise the gas pedal goes to the floor, which is not really good. So if anybody has a clip for this, I've been searching for years. I can't find the stupid clip. Everyone's like, oh, they're easy to find. They're easy to find. I can't find it. So anyway, yeah, most of it looks pretty good. The outside took a beating. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you're roasting the sun for 2 years. So the Cloud Dancer Conquest is to be continued tomorrow. All right, goodbye.